Okay. Thank you all for attending, and I look forward to all your bright, smiley faces on October 5th at Lightning Jam. Thanks. Okay, we're right on time. Somewhat amazing for this board. Item 6C, a notice of public hearing for 11 a.m. This is a public hearing and adoption of a resolution authorizing submittal of an application to the State Community Development Block Grant Program for an Economic Development Allocation Planning and Technical Assistance Grant of $35,000, as stated in the agenda summary. To the CEO's office.
Yes, thank you. Steve Duncliffe from our office will be filling you in on this issue.
Steve,
good morning, members of the board. I am not anticipating this to be a contentious hearing in the slightest. We are planning on submitting a CDBG technical assistance grant, really to sort of give us a game plan for our enterprise fund applications in the future. So that's the purpose of the application.
Okay. And I have to step back here just a second. I'm going to open the public hearing, and to the clerk, proper notice been established.
Yes, we have proper notice.
And any additional correspondence this morning?
We have not received any correspondence on the item.
Okay. And as Steve has introduced the item, is there any questions to the staff? Mr. Duncliffe. Okay. Seeing no questions, I'll at this time invite public input, public comment. Anyone in the audience wishing to speak to this item, please step forward to the podium and state your name for the record. Okay. Seeing no one step forward, I'll close public comment. And to Steve, final comments.
No final comments.
Okay. Any comments from the board? Supervisor Delbar.
Mr. Chairman, I make the recommended motion.
Second. Okay. It's been moved and seconded for the recommended action. Any discussion to the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Passes unanimously, and public hearing obviously is closed at that point. Moving to the second item, item 6D. This is a notice public hearing also at 11 a.m. Public hearing and adoption of a resolution authorizing the Community Development Commission of Mendocino County to issue tax-exempt bonds on behalf of the Rural Communities Housing Development Corporation in the amount of up to $4,750,000 to finance the construction of 32-unit affordable rental housing development, previously known as Clara Court Apartments and now currently known as the Duane Hill Manor, located at 600 North Orchard Avenue in Ukiah. I'll now open the public hearing, and to the clerk, proper notice been established.
Yes.
Okay. Steve, you want to introduce this item, please?
Yeah, this project has been in the process of being developed for some time now. The board authorized CDC to issue bonds over a year ago, and the process of finalizing the financial details on the project has taken longer than anticipated. So it's a legally required formality to again bring this item before the board and request authorization for CDC to issue these bonds.
Okay. Any questions of staff? Okay. I will now open public input, public comment on this item. Any audience members wishing to address this item, please step forward. State your name for the record. Seeing no one step forward, I'll close public input and get back to staff for any final closing comments.
Final comments.
Okay. To the board, Supervisor Delbar.
Mr. Chairman, I make the recommended motion.
Second.
Okay. It's moved and seconded for the recommended motion on item 6D. Public hearing is closed at this point. Any discussion to the motion? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor of item 6D signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Okay. Passes unanimously, both items.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Okay. We're running ahead of time. Next timed item is at 11:30. So let's take up some housekeeping items. To the CEO's office, legislative or fiscal report.
If you just give one moment and I'll get Paul Kaler. We do have an issue that's come up with Secure Rural Schools funding that is heading for an action item at the federal level that we've received notice from multiple agencies on, and Paul is prepared to come in and address that to you if you just give us a minute.
Okay, there he is.
There, he's very quick on his feet today.
Good morning, board members.
Good morning.
Legislatively, we're tracking one issue right now that has been something I know has been a lot of interest to the board, and that's the Secure Rural Schools Act and the PILT grant, PILT funding. We received information through the Regional Council of Rural Counties yesterday that both of these items were looking for reauthorization in a bill in the Senate by Max Baucus of Montana and Charles Grassley of Iowa. The board might